Back rolls. Cinnamon rolls.
Action.
Hi, I'm Phoebe Jeebies, and welcome to yet another episode of Phoebe Gets Baked. Happy holidays, you filthy animal. We're doing our final Christmas and holiday themed episode and the final episode of season 1 of Phoebe Gets Baked. Whoa, no! 4 more years. That's right. This will be our season finale, and we will come back for season 2 in 2021. For my final recipe of 2020 and my recipe for Christmas, I decided to do something that is near and dear to my heart, something that my family has every Christmas morning: cinnamon rolls. But they're not just any cinnamon rolls. They're Phoebe's orange cinnamon rolls. Aren't you glad I'm sharing my recipe with you? Ting. That was the sound of my wink. Let's do it. Ooh! All right, first thing we're gonna do is add 1 cup of warm milk into the bowl of our standing mixer, and then we're gonna add a packet of active dry yeast. Yeast really loves warm environments, and that will help it grow and get excited and start to party, so that when it parties inside our cinnamon rolls, it improves and it rises and makes them yummy, yummy treats. So here I am putting my warm milk into the standing mixer, and here goes the yeast. Look at them hopping around. They're alive. It's partying there. Now that our yeast has hung around with our warm milk for a little bit, we're gonna start to add our other ingredients. So first I've got my room temperature eggs. Very important that they are room temperature. Next I'm adding a 1/2 cup of extremely soft butter. You could also do melted butter. Thank you so much. Next we're gonna add 1½ teaspoons of salt. Salt. And as always, a little extra. 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. What did you learn in season 1 about baking? Leveling. 1/2 cup. I've got the zest of 1 orange. Right there. In case you didn't get the memo, these are orange cinnamon rolls. We're putting orange everywhere we can. And lastly, we're gonna add around 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed orange juice. I'm gonna strain it just to make sure I don't get any pulp. Okay, with all of our ingredients in there, we are gonna use our paddle attachment to mix them together on low to medium speed. The sound sounds like a Friday night in college. With all of our ingredients mixed up, now we can add our 4 cups of flour. Oula Taidu.
Taidu, such a funny word. What means Taidu?
I do kind of look like Oula.
My name is Ula.
Ula Hagen,
Hansen,
Fagen,
Benson,
Swanson,
Jonsson,
Gutton,
Tollen,
Bitchen,
Harlen,
Datchen,
Svaden,
Butchen,
Swanson.
Batchen.
Oh, wait. What's your first name?
That was my first name. You wanna hear my last name?
We don't have the time.
Anyone who doesn't get that reference is wondering if I'm okay. Meh. We're mixing this together until just combined. I'm gonna scrape down the sides. That'll do. And I'm gonna let this sit for 5 to 10 minutes before I start kneading it, because I want the flour to soak up all of these ingredients in here. I want the yeast to keep partying, you know. Yeast! Now I have attached my dough hook, and we're going to knead it for 6 to 8 minutes. It's gonna be kind of wet, sticky, tacky. It sticks to the side of the bowls, and then it's just gonna kind of start to get smoother. Let's see what happens. It's been about 7 minutes. The dough is looking real good. Looking like dough, you know? Now I'm going to put it into a bowl that I have greased. So we put it in, we're gonna cover it with a towel and let it sit at room temperature for about 30 minutes. We want it to double in size. Now we cover it with a towel. We tuck it in for a 30-minute-ish nap. While our dough is proving, we are going to combine our ingredients to make our cinnamon orange filling. I've got my dark brown sugar. I've got my very soft butter. I've got the zest of 1 orange. And finally, for our filling, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. And now I'm just gonna mix these together until they reach a spreadable consistency. And with our filling ready and at a beautiful spreadable consistency, now we just put it aside and wait for our dough to double in size. See you then. It's been about 35-40 minutes. Our dough has just about doubled in size. Now I'm gonna turn it out onto a generously floured workspace, and we are gonna roll it with our rolling pin into a nice long rectangle. And now we're gonna sprinkle a little flour on top. A little bit of flour on a rolling pin. Let's roll. You'll notice it starts to deflate a little bit. That's just some of the air that's built up coming out of it. And that's okay, because we're gonna prove it again after we form it into our cinnamon rolls. And now we're gonna take our cinnamon orange zest filling and just spread it all over our rolled out dough. Now we're gonna roll our dough. Literally exactly what it sounds like. Just gonna roll it. There we go, we got this long phallic tube. That's fun. And just be as gentle with them as you can. Try not to crowd them, because we are gonna let them proof again, and they are going to grow in size just a touch when we do that. There we go. Cinnamon rolls are in the pan. You see them? Now we're gonna cover them with a towel again and let them proof for about 20-25 minutes. And while you're waiting, you'll preheat your oven to 375 and make sure that you have got a half cup of heavy cream at room temperature. It's been about 20-25 minutes. You could see our rolls have definitely increased in size. Remember, they weren't even touching before. Now they're all getting to know each other, getting cozy. We're gonna add half a cup of room temperature cream. This is actually a trick I picked up from someone on the internet when I was first teaching myself to bake the first time I made these. They recommended doing this because it creates these beautiful, soft, moist, fluffy cinnamon rolls. The rolls in the oven will soak up all of the heavy cream, and oh my God, they were so incredible. So, I'm passing on this tip that's not mine to you. They're just gonna sit in that cream and be all creamy and rolly.
Had rolls all over the place in the back. It was disgusting.
Back rolls.
All right, our cinnamon rolls have come out of the oven. Look how big they got. After about 25 minutes. Now we're gonna let those cool a bit while we prepare our orange cream cheese frosting. Put that into our standing mixer with our paddle attachment. Butter, which I have softened to room temperature. And before we add anything else, we're just gonna beat those two together until they're combined. Now I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed orange juice, which I'm going to run through a sieve again, just so we don't get any pulp. And now a little bit of orange extract, just to really make sure we get a good orange flavor. We're doing a real, not that, just a little bit, 1/4 teaspoon. And a little salt too. And now I'm just gonna quickly combine those together before I add our powdered sugar. We're gonna add our powdered sugar, a half cup at a time, until we get the desired consistency and sweetness for our frosting. Now that our rolls have cooled a bit and our frosting is ready, just spread them along the top, however much you'd like. I definitely made more than I needed. There we have it. Some delicious orange cinnamon rolls with an orange cream cheese frosting. This is gonna be my dinner. You can follow me on Instagram at Phoebe Jeebies NYC. If you love these recipes and want to bake along at home, you can share videos or photos with the hashtag Phoebe Gets Baked and tag me, of course. I want to see them. If you loved this show and you loved me and you want to show your appreciation, you can send a virtual tip. My Venmo and Cash App handles are Phoebe Jeebies NYC. And if you want to purchase this recipe, you can send me a Venmo payment or Cash App payment of $5 with the subject cinnamon rolls or orange cinnamon rolls or whatever, and I will send you a PDF of the recipe. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Have a beautiful and safe holiday season during this crazy time. And thank you so much for everyone who has tuned in and been a part of the first season of Phoebe Gets Baked. I've already got some great stuff in the works for the next season, so make sure you tune in 2021. If we make it there. Anyway, bye. Hi. Ooh. Wee! Okay. Okay. The struggle is real. Back. Baking's weird. I don't know where they'll be snow, but there's a cup of gin. Hey, the holy jolly Christmas.